So how do you mitigate the issue of oversupply of office space in the market? I know you've mentioned culling as well, but how do you get your tenants to prefer to stay with you, considering that there's so much choice out there?
I think it comes down to how we manage our assets. Two things. We are not very, I think the overexposure is largely in the office sector. You're seeing a lot of that coming on stream. But we only have 3 office assets, and they're all located 100 meters away from LRTs and bus stations, and they're very well located. So we have a very big demand for those locations anyway. But notwithstanding that, we are very conscious of the fact that there are buildings that are starting to compete with us. We think the advantage we bring to the table is that we manage all our properties ourselves. We have a team of building managers that keep very close touch with the tenants. Every tenant has my mobile number.
Wow.
They can call me if they're horrible.
And when they call you, you will pick up?
I pick up. I always pick up. If they send me an email, I'll answer it. We have a 24-hour response time for anything. Things have to be resolved within 24 hours, or the tenant will be told when these things can be resolved. So we work very, very, very high KPIs inside our property management side. And I think when people move from our buildings to somewhere else, they suddenly see the services falling off a cliff and start to wonder why they ever moved in the first place. But that's another story. We try and keep our tenants happy by giving them the best service possible for the rents they pay. Notwithstanding that, we think our rents are the most competitive in the market.
There's also the Tun Razak Exchange, which is supposed to be coming on board. Phase 1 should be on come 2016, which will, yes, provide a little bit more room in the market as well. How do you feel about the Tun Razak Exchange?
I think it's going to add to the problems of Kuala Lumpur's office space problem. I mean, it may be catering for a different market. There are obviously a lot of incentives being put in there to attract people to move there. And it might succeed. I hope it does, because it's good that we do have a very vibrant capital market and Islamic market particularly. I think that's what it's catering for. But notwithstanding that, it's a completely different price range from us. I mean, they'll be looking at the $8 to $9 per square foot range. We're in the $3 to $4 price range. We are basically for industries that are more fast-moving consumer goods, people that have to need service centers in their buildings, that have to hold a little stock. We have little goods lifts in the back that help them cater for that. So our buildings are designed and configured in a completely different way from what you normally see in the office market. So we have a little bit of an industrial flavor, which, if people want to move big computers up and down, they just go to the goods lifts and stick them in there and run them up and down, and not put them to the passenger lift, which is not designed for that. And so it'd be very inconvenient for the tenants in the building. So having this sort of combination of services in the building make them also a fairly unbeatable kind of proposition. And people aren't building these buildings anymore. Because prices of land is getting so expensive, they have to go very tall. And when they go very tall, you can't really do what our buildings do for the kind of clientele we service.
So do you have a profit forecast for us for FY14?
You know very well that I'm sitting outside and Bursa Malaysia is out there looking at me, and I have to be very careful. See, my CFO is standing over there and looking at me daggers. I can't give a forecast. All I'm saying is that we work very hard to improve our performance on an annualized basis. And we've been doing it for the last 8 years. It's our 8th anniversary on the 3rd of August. We were the first to list in 2005, and so we've been 8 years in the market now, and I don't think we've missed a dividend or missed an increased DPO on an annualized basis. We work very hard at it. And that's basically been the culture in the company. Shareholders first. Returns first.
Thanks very much.
You're very welcome.